Hello and welcome to another IELTS speaking part 1 question types from English Everest. This is the second video in a series of videos about understanding question types and answering them effectively. So just as a review or recap from the last video, when taking the speaking part of the IELTS exam, it is important to be able to fully understand the questions. This may sound strange, but often students answer what they think they hear, which is sometimes incorrect. The examiner is listening for certain things in your answer. If you can provide those things, then you're halfway there. So understanding the questions is vital because you may give a good answer, but if it doesn't answer the question, it's no good. In this video, we're going to provide you with some more effective tips to answer part 1 questions. We're going to begin with past and present comparisons. These are the questions where you will have to talk about the past, talk about the present, and compare the two. Typical forms of these questions could be: has something changed over the years? Has your town changed over the years? Has your high school changed much? Has the transport in your town changed much over the years? Do you think that something is more important now than before? Is something better or worse than in the past or before? Has something changed over the last 5 years, 10 years, whatever? Okay, what's the difference between something in the past and something now? Okay, so they're the type of questions that you are going to receive. Look at them, see if they fit this pattern. If they fit this pattern, then you have a certain way that you should answer them. Okay, to answer this type of question, you simply have to talk about both times, past and present, use the correct tense, and then use vocabulary to link them by comparison. Make sure you use discourse markers and comparatives. For example, in the past is a discourse marker. Much better or worse is a comparative. But again, I've reiterated, the examiner is checking to make sure that you can distinguish correctly when you're using the past, when you're using the present. Let's practice. So for our examples, the past tense will be in blue, the present tense will be in red, and comparison words will be in orange. Has where you live changed over the past decade? Yes, it has. It is hard to recognize. It has more tall buildings and an enormous increase in traffic. There seem to be shopping malls all over the place. In the past, it was much more peaceful, with less pollution and nothing more than 2 or 3 stories. Plus, less traffic, of course. So you can see, when you're practicing, look at where the past and present, and look at the comparison words. Practice them. The second question is talking about the transport system. So I won't go through this one, but it's basically the same. It talks about the past, the present, and uses comparisons. We also look at comparisons in general. It's the same thing, but without time. So for here, we're going to use red for positive comments or group A, blue for negative comments or group B. You could be comparing two things. There might not be a positive or a negative. A could be one kind of thing, B could be another kind. So it depends on the question. And again, we'll still use orange for comparisons. Typical questions are: what are the differences between? What do so-and-so compared to so-and-so, such and such? What are the good and bad things about? So this could be a positive, negative. Do you do different things at different times? For example, do you wear different clothes at different times of the day? This is one IELTS question. So these answers are similar to past and present comparisons, so you can still use that same structure. The only difference is you omit the time differences. You're more comparing items than times. So, what are the differences between old and young teachers? That's a current question in the latest batch of questions about teachers. So again, what I've done here is young teachers in red, old teachers in blue, and the rest of it is comparisons, or are comparisons. There's a couple of underlined expressions for you to use. And the second question, what do you eat at different times of the day? Now I've used red to say when I'm working, blue to say when I'm training. They're effectively two different times of the day, but they're two groups. And then the orange, as you can see again, is the comparative expressions. The last one in this group is like and dislike. Now, in my experience, a lot of students talk about different things. They talk about what they do, but they don't answer whether they like it or not. That's very important. If something says, do you like football? And you answer, I play football 3 or 4 times a week. That is not answering the question, because you're not saying whether you like it or not, whether you dislike it. So be careful when listening. Typical questions. Do you like? What do you like about? Is there anything you like or dislike about? What kind of things do you like? Similar to our list question in video 1. What do you like about your hometown? So again, examples of places I've put in red, and adjectives which you should use are in blue, and underlined are a couple of expressions that are useful. Do you like dark colours? Again, I've gone through the same thing. I'm a big fan of dark colours. They are great. So big fan, are great. Telling me that I like them. I choose. It doesn't mean I like them, but it means I like them more than other colours. So it kind of answers the question also. And then I'm also giving reasons why I like these things. Remember, if you say you like something or dislike something, you should always say why. Don't just say, I like this, because the examiner will be waiting for a reason. What kind of music do you like? And again, I've used good expressions. Music is a big part of my life. That's a paraphrase for I like it. I can't go a day without listening to music. That's another paraphrase to say I like it. I'm passionate about. Another paraphrase. I also love. Another paraphrase. Blue tells you about the types of music, and red is giving us examples of liking something. Okay, as you can see with all of the questions, do not repeat the question in your answer. This reduces your score. Instead, use paraphrasing. So, what kind of music do you like to listen to? Do not answer the question by saying, the kind of music I like to listen to is. That is a big, big no-no, because you are using the examiner's English, not your English. That's the end of this video. I hope you've got some useful information from it. Stay tuned, and please subscribe to this if you like it and it's useful. Please just hit the subscribe button. The more subscribers I get, the more videos it will encourage me to make. And see you in the next video. Please also visit our website at www.englisheverest.com for English lessons for IELTS, TOEFL, and many other, in fact any kind of English. Thank you.